What is up, guys? You already read the title. I don't even make a title. We're gonna be watching the Easter eggs of Skibidi Toys, and closer to the end, I'm gonna tell you the real.
Hi everyone. The new episode of Skibidi Toilets is already released, and I can say that it is full of secrets and Easter eggs more than the previous ones. When I closely researched it, I was very surprised. So now I will analyze the 52 episode of Skibidi Toilets and show you all the hidden messages and secrets. Who is Camera Girl? What is the Titan's improvement that no one has noticed so far? And how is Dafook once again hinting us that TV men are traitors after all? Watch this video till the end. I promise it will be interesting and enjoyable. Let's go. At the beginning, we see a poster that says low prices. Remember that. I'll show you something related to that later. Next, we realize that our cameraman has a broken arm. Now we know for sure that all along we see many agents lying on the ground. The destroyed camera. We see the ripped off cameras and speaker, but we still don't see any TVs. The TV men have disappeared as mysteriously as they appeared. We see that they are no longer fighting alongside the Alliance. Notice the device on Skibidi's head. It doesn't look like eye protection like we saw earlier. By the way, none of the toilets are wearing eye protection anymore throughout the time the TV men have been missing. We see a variety of Skibidi scientists' inventions in different locations, but all of them have become more of a defense against the Titan cameraman than against the TV mans. Next, we see Skibidi's helicopter falling, but if you look closely, it fell for a reason. Notice how the plunger cameraman throws it to the ground and immediately saves us from Skibidi. In another situation, but if you look closely, it fell for a reason. Notice how the plunger cameraman throws it to the ground and immediately saves us from Skibidi. In another situation, any cameraman would have been able to deal with such a weak toilet. But in this episode, we watch on behalf of the wounded cameraman, who also has no legs. You can see it here. When he turns back, we don't see his legs or body. This is the first time we've seen Plunger Man use a plunger against the Skibidi toilets. And it actually works very effectively.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah, he's my favorite character, also the TV man. After Trader's Knives. Mostly because the tall speaker men are cool.
Notice that our hero gets some upgrades. First, we see the jetpack at his back. As I said before, it's likely that the plunger cameraman is being prepared to destroy the parasite and free the Titan speaker man. He now has everything he needs to do that. Secondly, notice that the lower camera of the plunger man has started to glow. But this is not quite true. Further, I will show you that this is not his camera. It has been replaced. We also see the new cameraman's flying machines. They look very strange, and you'll see why. Let's take a look at the old versions of the cameraman's flying machines. Here in episode 11, we see a cargo plane dropping off the big cameraman. It moves smoothly and doesn't seem to have a rotor blades. In episode 13, we see something similar, and it is also a cargo airplane. Notice that all of these inventions fly in the air without any rotors and quite smoothly. So the cameramen were originally in possession of technology more advanced than just a helicopter. Why we see a more primitive version in the new episode is unclear. But it's not just cameramen, soldiers running out of it, it's engineers. We've already seen them in episode 23 during Titan's repairs, and in episode 49, one of them helped restore a wounded cameraman. I can assume that the flying machine is simply equipped with the gear for the cameraman engineers, so it's different. But it's still weird that they use a helicopter rotor. But there's another detail in this shots. From the side, we see a standing agent. Most likely it's Dafook again. He is regularly shown in different episodes in the background, but never becomes an active character. Once again, we pay attention to the billboard that says low prices. Also, Titan cameraman throws one of the Skibidi helicopters and it explodes. There is another weirdness here. At first, it looks like the toilet crashed into a pole and exploded from that. But as we can see, the explosion happened a bit further away. If you look closely, you can see another Skibidi helicopter flying towards him, and they explode on collision with each other. At first, I thought Titan would just crush the toilet in his hand like he did with the spiders before, and it seemed strange to me that he just threw it away. But now it makes sense. He just destroyed 2 targets with 1 throw. In the same shots, you can see another inscription. Your real enemy is...
Okay, guys, this is the part where I was telling you about. It's... Your enemy is... I can see that's it. It's a an S, or it's not an S. It's TV Man. Yep, our real enemies.
In the footage, you can see that the last word is specially blurred so that we couldn't read it and only guess who could be the real enemy. And I'm really sure it's about TV Men. Although I have another guess. But last time the author word is specially blurred so that we couldn't read it and only guess who could be the real enemy. And I'm really sure it's about TV Men. Although I have another guess. But last time the author has been hinting more and more often that they could be traitors. And in the last episodes they disappeared. If you're wondering why I think so about TV Men, after watching this video, you can watch another video on my channel dedicated to them. And we're back to episode 52. After the explosion, camera returns to the billboard, and we see that the sign has been changed to "New species are already here." We don't have to guess what it means because a new mysterious character appears just below it.
Oh my God.
Camera Girl. We've already seen Camera Girl in episode 29, but she was very different from our new guest. Based on the writings, I'm sure that she is not a regular cameraman, as well as she came alone, not on a flying camera along with the engineers. Immediately, I will say my second guess about who could be the real enemies. It is very possible that it is about a new kind of cameramen with blue glowing cameras. There's still not much information about them, so I'll leave that theory for the next videos. Let's take a closer look at her. In general, Dafouk has left references to the characters that Camera Girl consists of, and apparently will consist of a new kind of cameraman. Her body is taken from Detective Zoe, and the camera from Backroom Entity. You can take a closer look at them. By the way, in episode 52, we are still on the same map that Titan Cameraman walked on last episode and destroyed the Skibidi monsters. It's possible that some of the agents could have been broken as well because of Titan, but it doesn't matter too much because they're already being repaired. Before we start looking at the Camera Girl, let's take a look at the lower Plungerman's.
It says, warning, do not touch. And if you do touch it, bro's head self-destructs. And if you touch it, bro's head self-destructs. See that?
Camera. It's gone black. Even though in past episodes it was white and not glowing. We haven't seen the lower cameraman's camera light up at all, ever. It seems that Camera Girl has replaced the plunger cameraman's part with her own technology. We'll find out what it's for next. Also, before the upgrade, the Titan cameraman only had a glowing core. His camera began to glow only after the improvement when he appeared in episode 50. Perhaps the new kind of cameraman somehow helped improve Titan with his technology as well. Okay, now let's take a look at the most interesting character in the series. First of all, notice this object. It's not present in the original version of the cameraman Dafouk is referring to. She also shows the traditional thumbs-up gesture, but with two hands. The other cameramen show this gesture with only one hand. This also tells us something about the differences between these species. When the Skibidi toilets appear nearby, the Camera Girl starts scanning them with her different camera. I suspect that plunger cameraman can do the same, but he hasn't learned this ability yet, or he just doesn't need to. When the scan is complete, Camera Woman transforms into a turret and begins attacking opponents with darts. Her arms are put behind her back and become an additional prop, and the camera is lowered down so as not to get in the way. By the way, this weapon did not appear from behind her back. It was hidden right in the body of the Camera Girl. This once again confirms that they are all completely robotic and have only electronics inside. Note the faces of the Skibidi toilets. It looks like the contents of the darts are paralyzing them. Also, the Camera Girl doesn't miss once. We can see darts sticking out of every Skibidi toilet. I want to note that when Camera Girl starts destroying the toilets, the cameraman and the engineer standing next to her look at her with wonder. We conclude that this is the first time they've seen something like this, and they're probably not familiar with the new kind of cameraman. I'm still as interested to see the new Titan's final battle with the G toilet. Also, I'm waiting for the plunger. I'm more than sure that the lower glowing camera of the plunger cameraman was given to him by the new Camera Girl. Perhaps if the new cameramen decide to attack the regular ones, the plungermen will fight on their side. This invention could somehow take over his mind and make him change sides with the new cameramen. But I hope that doesn't happen. What's more likely to happen is that the TV men will actually turn out to be enemies and start fighting against the cameramen. I don't know whose side the Speakermen will take in that case, because we remember that they didn't give a thumbs up to the Titan. Maybe there's something wrong with them, too. Yes, we all want to believe that the TV men won't betray anyone and that the Alliance will defeat the toilet Skibidi. But that wouldn't be interesting. Dafook is clearly up to something more mysterious that most viewers aren't expecting. I'm really excited to see what the next episodes have in store. If you don't want to miss the...
If you want to watch another video, comment down below.